name, it was the town, the Merchants Association and the 10-year, a committee, I think, the 10-year anniversary committee. What is the difference of what sort of, it sort of seems the same.
It's a town park. It's a town park opening. It's totally different from what's going on here.
Okay, Ben?
In the town of Oak Ridge did hold a 5K, and Off and Running is an excellent organization. I've done many 5Ks with them, and they don't really need volunteers. They take care of everything themselves. It takes them 5 minutes to set up, 5 minutes to pull down after they do everything. And I'm confused because I sat in this council meeting a month ago and we talked about how that the committees needed to bring money in, that anybody could donate that wanted to donate to anything they wanted to. So here's an organization that's offering to donate some money to the town, and the town is saying, no, we don't need any money.
That's not what we're saying.
That's what it sounds like.
We're saying we're putting the cart before the horse because we do not have a general fundraising policy
I see
in
no
place.
fundraising
Okay,
going on.
all right, let's go to our next one. Mike, yeah.
I sponsor ball teams down here, I sponsor golf tournaments and stuff, but I wasn't an event coordinator, no. So just because I sponsor, if I sponsor the ball team down here, and they get car wash, and they damage the car, they didn't come looking for me, even though my name was on the ball team's shirts or whatever. So just because you sponsor something, don't mean you're responsible, it just means you have to put up some money so they can do something, or you put up the land or facility or whatever. You sit there a while, I'm talking, please, would you mind, just because you sponsor something, just like you told your Spark Street to go out and see about fundraisers, well now they have. You never had a policy in effect before, you're going to put a moratorium on any fundraising to get a policy. You need to keep on with business. No, I don't consider this a fundraising either, because it's fees again. If they're going to donate something later, that's up to them. You may want to remove the 25%, just, Sparta or whatever, and if they decide they want to do that later, that's a donation. It's not a fundraiser.
Okay, let's bring it back to the council.
I don't know that damn thing.
Okay, all right. Okay, what do you? Trying to figure out, we want to, the committee had brought forth to the manager some time ago this proposition. The town would be a sponsor because we would be allowing them to run a couple of laps around the park. The committee would do whatever the volunteers in the committee wanted to do. The folks would give us some money. But we'd give them whatever, if anything, depending on what you write. Whatever they decide to do. There is no fundraising policy. So to me, it's a simple thing of do we want to allow the event, as I just stated, without a fundraising policy or not? And go from there.
I think we should allow them to use the park, let them sign a rental agreement and waive the fee. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with them if there's any money left over and they want to make a donation to the Parks and Recreation Committee, fine. But I don't think the Parks and Recreation Committee should be a sponsor or the volunteers should be used to coordinate parking and whatever else. To me, it's involving the town. Then the town is doing it. They are part of the town. They're a town committee. If it's a private organization, let them do it privately and give the Parks and Recreation Committee a donation. And if the people on Parks and Recreation want to donate, volunteer their time as private citizens, let them do it. park when the town is not involved legally in any way.
And by all means,
Well,
the general
I
fundraising,
don't know if
That's the deal.
I don't know if I agree to concur with that.
by all means, the general fundraising policy should be a priority before anything else, any other event is planned, any other fundraising event is planned.
Well, we try to encourage community events, we talk to our committees about, we want to get the community involved. And also we talk to them about raising money, how fundraising. I don't look at this as a fundraiser. I look at it as a donation, if there's any money left over, it says, and that if is a big word. So there might not be any money, and if they don't have enough to pay this off and running, who's gonna make up the balance? You know, somebody gotta make it up, or they just going to write it off. So there's an if. And so it's a donation, not a fundraising. It's not advertised as a fundraising. And they're just asking the council to give our blessings and approval to using the park on this particular day. And I don't see any problem with that. We're getting the community out here. If we go and say you sign a rental agreement, then I get the impression that the town don't want to be involved with it. And a lot of our citizens might get that same impression that the town don't want nothing to do with it.
That's why we waive the fees.
So I think we just should go ahead and approve and let them use the park for this particular 5K run.
That is not what they're asking for, Mr. Ray. If you'll read the top line, it says, request to participate as sponsors of the Summerfield 5K foot race. The request is coming from the Parks and Recreation Committee. Nobody's arguing that they can't use the park. They're welcome to use the park.
The request coming from the Park and Recreation Committee, they want to be involved with this for the community.
Well, we're hearing it two or three different ways. Do we want to do a motion that will clarify either way and see what?
Want me to give a motion?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we authorize the use of the park for the 5K run, not utilizing any funds from the town for this particular 5K race.
That's not what the item is on the agenda.
That's his motion.
That's not what the item, that's not what the, that doesn't apply to.
Okay, I'll strike not using any funds. I'll make a motion to let them use the park for the 5K.
Who, authorize who to use the park?
The off and running.
Off and running, it's not, that's not the agenda item. The agenda item is, Spark request to participate and use the park.
All right, I'll make a motion for the park to use it then. That makes me happy.
Not much you say makes me happy at all.
Now, Mr. Ray, let's clarify whether the motion is for the town to sponsor, to co-sponsor this with Northwest Observer and Discount Studios by allowing the use of the park, number one. And then, are you going to address the Parks Committee and whether or not they will be allowed to participate as a Parks Committee with volunteers? Which, so we seem to have two different questions there.
The motion will be as follows. I make a motion to allow for the town to co-host with Northwest Observer, Galstat Studios, and participate with the 5K